Amid the icy waters of the Arctic, a group of sailors spotted a lone polar bear cub stranded on a drifting sheet of ice. Risking their safety, they launched a daring rescue to save the helpless creature. But just when they thought the mission was over, something utterly unbelievable happened. As the sun dipped below the horizon over the Lop Sea, the sky turned a somber gray and icebergs drifted silently in the cold. A polar bear cub padded across the fragile ice, playfully trailing behind its mother, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing in the distance. Then, without warning, the wind roared and snow swirled violently, tearing the cub away from its mother's side. Amid the chaos, the cub staggered, struggling to stay upright as the ice beneath it cracked and drifted farther from shore. Its faint growls were swallowed by the howling wind and swirling snow, lost before they could reach its mother. Alone on a shrinking sheet of ice, the cub trembled, cold, hungry, and terrified by the sudden brutal shift in its world. In the depths of its despair, the cub spots flickering lights cutting through the frozen darkness, a cargo ship making its way through the icy waters. The vessel, the Valiant, captained by Logan, is on its final voyage of the season. From the watch deck, Gabriel, a tall sailor, suddenly notices a small white figure moving faintly among the fractured ice below. He calls over Bruce, the only female sailor on board, to help confirm whether the shape in the distance is a drifting bear. Bruce's eyes widen in shock as she realizes the small figure is a polar bear cub, clearly in a life-threatening situation. Without hesitation, she rushes to alert Captain Logan and Billy, the crew member responsible for the ship's machinery. Logan listens to the description, his eyes looking into the distance, deciding that he cannot turn a blind eye. He orders ropes and life nets to be prepared and asks everyone to stay safe, because bears, even small ones, could be dangerous. The Valiant slowly approaches the rocking iceberg, where the cub is about to fall into the water from exhaustion. Gabriel throws the net around the iceberg, creating a temporary grip, trying to stop it from drifting further. The bear cub seems to notice the presence of humans. It stretches out its claws to cling to the edge of the ice, squinting up at the ship. The wind from the Lop Sea blows hard, making everyone on deck shiver with cold. Bruce slowly lowers the rope ladder, calling the bear cub in a gentle voice, hoping it will be less afraid. The bear cub lets out a hoarse groan, trying to crawl up the rope ladder, but slips down. Billy immediately grabs one end of the rope, climbs to the edge of the ship, and watches for the bear cub to approach so he can pull it up. The cold waves crash in, making the deck slippery and the rescue difficult. The bear cub risks its life to stretch its entire body into the air, clinging tightly to the net, its eyes filled with hope for help. Gabriel shouts loudly, cooperating with Billy to use all his strength to pull the bear cub up, afraid that it will fall back into the icy water. Finally, the bear lands on the deck, falls down, breathing weakly, its chest heaving with fatigue. Bruce immediately wraps a thick blanket around it, using a towel to wipe the water off its white fur. The cub opens its eyes, looking scared, but no longer has the strength to run away or fight back. Captain Logan observes the situation, calling the radio for instructions from the animal rescue station closest to Lopt. No one at the rescue station responds immediately because the weather is too bad and communication is interrupted. Billy checks the ship and finds that they can still move in the iceberg area, but need to be very careful. Gabriel brings some seafood, trying to coax the cub to eat to regain strength. The animal takes a small bite, then, exhausted, buries its head in the blanket, eyes half closed. The sky grows darker and darker. The wind howls eerily. The Valiant sways but still moves forward, hoping to soon find a safe anchor. The cub shivers, occasionally sighing, its mouth unconsciously making sounds, calling for its mother. Bruce sits beside the bear, gently stroking its fur, reassuring it with rare warmth. Logan informs the crew we will find a way to reach the nearest ice floe, then use a small boat to bring it to safety. Billy walks quickly to check the rescue equipment, preparing the lifeboat and fuel in case of an emergency move. Gabriel and Bruce take turns watching the cub all night, afraid that it might suddenly pass away from this world due to exhaustion. Early in the morning, the snow stops falling. The waves are calmer. The Valiant slowly glides between the giant ice floes. On the radio, the stuttering signal returns. The rescue station announces that it can contact them via the emergency frequency. Logan exchanges details about the location, wind strength, and condition of the cub, hoping that they will come to the rescue soon. While waiting, Bruce carries the cub onto the small rescue boat that had been prepared, while Gabriel takes on the role of pilot. Billy stays on the ship, assisting Logan in finding an area of thick ice to anchor the ship safely, avoiding risks. The cub shivers as the wind blows through its fur but still tries to lean towards Bruce, feeling the warmth of a human. Gabriel starts the engine, darting across the vast ice, carefully avoiding the large cracks. The sun gradually rises, dyeing the blue-gray icy sea with a golden glow, creating a peaceful scene after the terrible storm. Bruce sits next to the cub, hugging it like a child, softly saying, "Don't worry, we'll take you home." The cub licks her hand, its innocent eyes shining with a fragile ray of hope. Finally, they see the shore on the horizon, where a few rescuers are waiting for the signal. Gabriel fires colored flares, signaling for help, then slowly brings the boat to the edge of the ice. The rescue team immediately rushes over, preparing a stretcher, warm blankets, and medical supplies for the cub. Bruce hands the cub over to them, not forgetting to caress and comfort it one last time, reluctant to leave. The cub whimpers softly, raising its small paws as if wanting to cling on, but then obediently follows the kind strangers. Gabriel watches, his heart filled with joy for having contributed to saving a poor life. Logan watches from afar through binoculars, nodding in satisfaction when he sees the bear being held in a warm, thick blanket. Billy, on the deck of the Valiant, also breathes a sigh of relief, sending his blessings over the radio to the rescue team. The four people reunite on the ship, recounting to each other the tense, adventurous moments they had just experienced. Bruce tearfully says, "I hope it will soon meet its mother, or at least be raised safely." Logan pats her shoulder reassuringly, "We have done our best. Let Mother Nature decide the rest." The Valiant lifts anchor and resumes its voyage through the lopped sea, now carrying with it a story of compassion carved into the heart of the frozen wilderness. Gabriel glances back toward the distant shore where the cub had been handed over to the rescue team, a faint, contented smile playing on his lips. Billy secures the tarpaulin to shield against the wind, methodically tending to the ship's equipment, his mind still echoing with the trials they had just endured. Nearby, Logan closes his eyes for a brief moment, letting the rhythmic sound of ice tapping against the hull wash over him, a quiet reminder of the calm that follows every storm. Bruce leans against the railing, lost in thought, replaying the image of the cub's round eyes and the moment it clung to her hand with innocent trust. Night falls gently over the sea. The sky, now crystal clear, sparkles with countless stars shining down on the endless expanse of ice. Somewhere, the rescue station is tending to the cub, ensuring everything is in place for its full recovery. Perhaps tomorrow, the next day, or even weeks from now, it will return to the wild and reunite with its kind. But for the sailors of the Valiant, the memory of the brave little cub who reached out to human compassion will stay with them forever. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you liked this story. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss an update from our channel. Thank you.